All right, you are live. Let's get this. Share screen, Perplexity, and I think we're sharing the right screen. Perfect. What am I curious about today? Okay, one of the recommendations. Pink Floyd sold for 400 million. The Cobra Effect, extinct biblical tree, but Rubin supply chain challenges. Meta unveils movie Gen. But let's start with this. Loro Piana. Tell me the story of Loro Piana. Loro Piana. I don't know how they how they say the name, but a really fancy brand. I first heard from Chamath that he likes the cashmere of Loro Piana. Luxury Italian luxury brand. Let's search some images. Ooh, so we have the founder over here. I'm guessing there are two founders, one with the name Loro and the other with Piana. This is the OG images, very aesthetic. I don't know who this guy is. Oh yeah, he's wearing the cashmere. Okay, very interesting. Look at the way he's wearing his watch. Nice. Okay, spanning over 2 centuries. Okay, a rich history spanning over 2 centuries, specializing in high quality textile and clothing. Origin: Loro Piana family began as wool merchants in Trevero, a small commune in northern Italy in the early 19th century. In 1924, engineer Pietro Loro Piana founded the company Loro Piana NC in Quarona, marking the transition from trading to fabric production. Expansion innovation 41, Pietro's nephew, Franco Loro Piana, took over the company. Okay. So 24, the engineer founded the company. 41, his nephew. So let's say after 20 years, his nephew, Loro Piana, Franco Loro Piana, took over the company. After World War II, Franco focused on expanding the business internationally, exporting high quality fabrics to Europe, America, and Japan. He established the reputation as supplier of premium wool and cashmere textiles for the high end fashion industry. So they were always high end from the beginning. The modern era. In 70s, Franco's sons Sergio and Pierre Luigi Loro Piana assumed leadership of the company. They diversified, sourcing rare and luxurious fibers such as cashmere from Mongolian goats and vicuna wool from the Andes, launching their first ready to wear collection and creating the luxury goods division in the 1980s. Okay. Establishing proprietary herds of Establishing proprietary herds of sheep in Australia and New Zealand to produce ultra fine wool. So they made their own sheep just so that they can produce wool. Okay. And that's like McDonald's making their own potato farms for the best fries. Really cool. Loro Piana became known for its vertical integration, handling all stages of production from raw material sourcing to finished product delivery. Company expanded retail presence, growing from 2 stores in 98. Oh, so they just had 2 stores in 98 to 171 stores worldwide by 2020s. LVMH acquisition. Oh, LVMH is getting everything. Recently, LVMH, I think, got Montclair as well. I think they just got a stake in Montclair, but they haven't got Hermes yet. In 2013, LVMH Group acquired an 80% stake in Loro Piana, becoming the major shareholder. Despite the change in ownership, the company maintained its commitment to quality and craftsmanship. In 2019, Loro Piana achieved $1 billion in sales, challenges, and controversy. In March 24, Bloomberg documentary criticized Loro Piana's practices regarding payments to communities gathering vicuna wool in Peru, highlighting concerns about labor practices in their supply chain. Throughout its history, Loro Piana has remained dedicated to producing the finest fabrics and garments, balancing tradition with innovation and maintaining a reputation for uncompromising quality in the luxury fashion world. I'm really curious about this. Herds of sheep. Tell me more. Tell me more. We have a picture of a herds of sheep, and these look beautiful. Wow, look at this photo. This looks beautiful. This guy, look at the tongue sticking out. Look at their horns. Wow. Loro Piana's establishment proprietary herds of sheep in Australia and New Zealand to produce ultrafine wool is a key part of their commitment to quality, innovation, luxury textile. The gift of kings. Loro Piana developed a special type of ultrafine merino wool called the gift of kings from specially selected flocks in Australia and New Zealand. This wool is renowned for its exceptional fineness, with fibers having an impressively small diameter. Fibers having an impressively small diameter. Characteristics of the wool: pure white in color, extremely soft against the skin, naturally stretchy. And I'm really curious, like, what exactly happens? Like, what does it even mean to have your own proprietary herd of sheep? Like, what are they? Are they doing something like crossbreeding and stuff? Wow, this is cool. Naturally stretchy, able to wick away moisture and absorb excess heat. Uniquely fine with fibers measuring as little as 12 microns in diameter. Limited production, very small quantities, only about 2,000 kilos per year, compared to 500 million kilos of regular wool auctioned annually in Australia and New Zealand. Collaboration breeders, okay, so they are breeding closely with select group of specialist breeders, maintain higher grades of wool, support a more craft-like approach to production, sustain traditional farming practices that are becoming less common. Quality improvement, achieve remarkable improvements. Fineness of the awarded fiber in their annual record bale competition has improved by almost 25% since its inception. Ongoing dedication to produce increasingly fine and high performing wool. Traceability and authenticity. Traceability service for products made from the gift of kings. Customers can scan a QR code on product labels. This verifies the authenticity and traces the garment's journey from farm to store. This is literally like in blockchain, we have this thing of proof of, like, if you're drinking a coffee, where was this coffee being made, and tracking that entire thing in the supply chain. It's pretty much that. This verifies the authenticity and traces the garment's journey from farm to store. By establishing these proprietary herds and working closely with select breeders, Loro Piana has been able to secure a supply of some of the world's finest wool. Hmm. What are the benefits of producing blah blah blah? How do local communities contribute? What are the latest innovations in sheep? I am curious what. Hmm. Wow, so many things we can dive into over here. Let's actually start with this quotes from Loro Piana's founder. Hmm. Are we pulling the right Loro Piana? Couldn't find direct quotes from Petro or Petro Loro Piana. I can provide you relevant quotes from later generations. Okay. Pier Luigi Loro Piana, who led the company with his brother Sergio in recent decades, was known for consistently repeating the phrase, "Quality will always save this company." Hmm. This quote encapsulates the brand's unwavering commitment to excellence that has been a driving force throughout its history. Sergio Loro Piana approach to product development said, "Our family is fascinated by horses, so we made a jacket for riding. We love to sail, so we made a jacket for sailing too." This quote illustrates how the Loro Piana family's personal interests and lifestyle have influenced their product offerings, ensuring that their creations are both functional and luxurious. While not a direct quote, Fabio, okay, CEO of Loro Piana as of 2020, described the brand. There's another quote over here from him. If people buy Loro Piana, they like to feel a little bit like they are part of a club of connoisseurs. Okay. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Luxury is all about creating a mysterious, small, elite elite club. Excellence, casual elegance, savoir faire, and family traditions. These are deeply rooted in a brand identity, not to mention a strong link with nature, the carefree show de vivre, and of course, not taking ourselves too seriously. Very interesting. Excellence, casual elegance. Yeah, you don't see when they're making wool jackets or wool sweaters. You don't see massive logos and like a lot of stuff happening. It's simple, elegant design. It's casual. Casual elegance. That's I think that's the better word. It's expensive, but it looks casual. But also it's casual and clean aesthetic. This statement reflects the core values that have guided Loro Piana since its inception. I am curious. Loro Piana horse riding jacket. Oh, I misspelled. Sort some images so that we can see how this thing looks like. Okay, this seems like the okay. Oh, look at the horse. Very clean aesthetic, very simple, but Loro Piana, so it's very expensive. Well known for high quality equestrian inspired clothing, including their iconic horsey jacket. Let's check the stream. We have in a minute. It's perfect. Classic piece from Loro Piano's archives, designed with both style and functionality in mind for equestrian activities. Technical fabric, water repellent, and wind resistant, deerskin rounded collar, invisible zipper and horn button closure, multiple pockets, front and inner, adjustable drawstrings for custom fit, raglan sleeves for ease of movement, back storm flap for additional protection, adjustable sleeve hems, and knitted inner cuffs. Do we see any of that over here? I guess this is what they're talking about. Uh, deerskin was a thing. Rounded collar, plaid cotton lining, side slits for comfort while riding. Design philosophy. Approach to creating a equestrian wear is rooted in the family's personal interest and lifestyle. As Sergio Loropiana once explained, our family is fascinated by horses, so we made a jacket for riding. Horsey jacket. Hmm. Materials and construction. Exemplifies Loropiana's commitment to quality, composition, 100% technical fabric, special features, 100% lambskin details, 100% virgin wool made in Italy. If you just make anything in Italy, you can charge a lot more money. Care and maintenance. Pay special attention to luxury material areas where on alternate days. Follow label instructions for washing and ironing. Dry cleaning is recommended. Yeah, don't throw in your laundry. Don't throw in your washing machine. Dry clean it. Tell me, or let's say, why does Loro Piana recommend to wear this jacket on alternate days? Really curious. Wow, there are reasons. There are many reasons why you should do that. Five reasons specifically. Preservation of quality. By not wearing the jacket every day, you allow the fabric and materials to rest and recover between uses. So, yeah, you have to think about cloth and wool just like you think about anything else. They have to rest and recover. You use them, then it rests and recover. This helps maintain the jacket's shape, structure, and overall quality for a longer period. Longevity of luxury materials. The jacket features high-end components like a deerskin collar and lambskin details. Alternating wear preserve these delicate materials, preventing excessive wear and tear. Maintaining natural fiber structure. Loro Piana uses premium fabrics and fibers in their garments, giving the jacket a break between wears allows those fibers to retain their natural structure and consistency. Proper care. They incorporate the storm system treatment for water and wind resistance. Alternating wear may help maintain the effectiveness of these technical properties over time. Extending overall lifespan. By rotating the jacket's use, you distribute wear more evenly. Hmm. Potentially extending its overall lifespan and preserving its appearance for longer. I'm really curious. Okay, give me The revenue of Loro Piana in past 50 years. In 2012, Loro Piana's turnover reached 700 million, with net income representing 20% of sales. The company achieved $1 billion in sales in 2019. Net profit amounted to approximately 135 million euros, which was a decrease compared to the previous year. It's important to note that Loro Piana was acquired by LVMH Group in 2013. LVMH initially acquiring an 80% stake and later increasing it to 85% in 2017. This acquisition likely had an impact on the company's financial reporting and structure. While we don't have a complete 50-year revenue history, these data points indicate significant growth for Loro Piana over the years, particularly in the last decade. So LVMH got it. LVMH obviously brought their expertise. 80% is a big chunk. So they are pretty much controlling it. They're controlling the creative design of it. And they have given it a good back office where they can streamline the operations. The company has transformed from a textile supplier to a luxury brand with its own retail operations, which has contributed to revenue growth. Tell me more about the brand's story from 1920s to, let's say, 1950s. This is an old image of, seems like there's a lot of wool over here, was crucial in shaping Loro Piana's transition from a wool trading to becoming a renowned textile manufacturer. Pietro Loro Piana made a pivotal decision that would shape the company's future. He established the first official Loro Piana company named Loro Piana C in Quarona, Italy. I'm really curious to see how the headquarters looks like today. This marked the transition from being purely wool merchants to becoming fabric producers. The company's headquarters were set up in Corso Rolandi, Quarona. This move initiated the shift from trading to manufacturing textiles. This someone would make that shift because they would think that manufacturing would make more money or they would have more control, because in trading you are just like the middleman and you are not really doing, you feel like you are not really controlling the business. Wartime and leadership change. The 1930s and early 1940s were challenging times due to World War II. However, the company persevered. Pietro's nephew Franco took over the leadership. Despite difficulties, the company continued. Expansion and innovation. Under Franco's leadership, Loro Piana began to expand its reach and innovate. International expansion. Focus on sourcing the finest raw materials globally. He began exporting high quality fabrics to Europe, America, and Japan. Innovation of fabrics. Franco introduced mechanical innovations in new types of wool. A significant breakthrough was the development of Tasmanian cloth, a 2 by one weave made from merino wool sourced in Australia. Hmm. Tasmanian cloth, 2 by one weave. This lightweight four season cloth became a phenomenal success. It was one of the world's first branded cloths, selling millions of meters shortly after launch. Shipped from English woolens. Loro Piana's innovation marked a departure from the heavy English woolen that dominated the market, building reputation. So they went to Australia instead of England. Building reputation during the 40s and 50s, they established reputation as supply for premium wool and cashmere textiles. Interesting. Tell me more. First, I'm really curious to see the headquarters. What does, or let's say, company headquarters today? Give me some nice, beautiful images. I can only imagine how. I think I've seen the Audemars Piguet's headquarters. Let's see what they give us. Hmm. Loro Piana. Fancy. Fancy. This is fancier than a Google office. Whew. Look at this building. This building seems like fancy. 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 Okay. Current headquarters are located in Cortile della Seta in Milan's Brera district. This historic building, which was originally used for trading and storing silk, has undergone significant renovations to accommodate the brand's operations. Key details: address Milan, renovation, refurbished in 2021 by Studio Asti Associati, blending modern design with historical essence of the structure. So, which one is it? I think it's this one. So, from outside, this is how it looks like, and this is how it looks from inside. I hope Perplexity is showing me the right images. There should be a way to view even more images over here, so let's fix that. Interior design was done by Vincent van Duizen Architects. Duizen. Duizen Architects, focusing on sophistication and elegance while reflecting Loro Piana's brand identity. Design incorporates sustainable materials, including flooring made from recycled fishing nets, huh, emphasizing Loro Piana's commitment to environmental responsibility. Their original headquarters was established in Corona in '94. The transition to Milan marks a significant step in the brand's evolution as it continues to grow within luxury fashion sector under the ownership of LVMH. It not only serves as an operational hub but also embodies the brand's heritage and its dedication to quality craftsmanship and luxury. Beautiful. Let's see. Loro Piana, original headquarters. Ooh, ooh. Okay. So what are we looking at? Oh wow. Oh wow. It's like an old broken building, but they still have made the store over there because they are like, this is our story, this is our history. First official company in Corona, Corso Rolandi, Move marked transition from purely wool to becoming fabric producer. Established from headquarters, jumpstarted the transition from pure mercantile business to meticulous manufacturing operation. Company rapidly expanded with the headquarters serving as the hub of strategic activities. It also included a series of factories to prepare for the upcoming boom in high fashion. The company, founded by Loro Piana, still exists today and for many years maintained headquarters at the original location. Hmm. It's worth noting that while Quarona it sounds so similar to Corona, was the original headquarters, the company has since moved its main offices. Let's see, we have some new images over here. I don't know what we are looking at. I think we're looking at the foundation manufacturing headquarters and create a series of factories that position the company for growth during the burgeoning era of high fashion became a hub for strategic activities, legacy of quality, commitment to artisanal craftsmanship and quality, transition to Milan, later moved. Okay, okay. Interesting. Tasmanian, let's check more about the Tasmanian wool. That was interesting. Tell me more. Tell me more. Wow, look at these sheeps. Look at this. Wow. This is crazy what humans have figured out, that we saw an animal. We saw that the animal has some stuff on its skin that it doesn't really like and it needs to be removed. And they remove it and then they make beautiful sweaters out of it and then sells for $10,000 on Amazon, and then it ships in boxes. This is crazy. Tasmanian cloth was significant innovation for Loro Piana, developed in the 60s. Composition: merino wool sourced from Tasmania, Australia. 2 by 1 weave structure. What is that? Okay, let's see. Lightweight, versatile, crease resistant, and crease proof, suited for air conditioned environments. Was created in response to the growing need for modern lightweight clothing that could adapt for changing climatic conditions and new lifestyles. It was inspired by priest cloth, another Loro Piana product specifically made for eclec- ecclesiastical garments. What is that? Tasmanian cloth became a phenomenal success, selling millions of meters shortly after its launch. Marked. Okay, so why was it successful? It was successful because it was lightweight, versatile, crease resistant, crease proof, and suited for air conditioned environments. This innovation marked a departure from the heavy English woolens that dominated the market at the time. Okay, so instead of going heavy wool, this was more lighter wool and crease proof. That makes sense. That makes sense. Considered one of the world's first branded cloths, helping to establish Loro Piana's reputation for innovation luxury life textiles. Ongoing development and success likely contributed to their continued focus on sourcing the finest merino wool from Australia. Interesting. What is this 2 by 1 weave structure? What is. Hmm. Are we playing Sudoku here? No, I don't think so. Pinpoint Oxford. A pinpoint shirt weave has a lighter weight than a classic Oxford weave. So, Oxford shirt fans tend to opt for it in spring or summer. The texture makes it marvelously breathable, little more substantial than cotton poplin, so it hangs well. So if you look at a cloth from up close, this is what you will see. More popular for casual shirts, particularly those with button down collar. It is also a thicker weave than regular poplin, and so is better at keeping the wearer warm. Wow. It's also known as 12 weave, 2 by 1 12 weave. Each warp yarn passes over two weft yarns. Warp and weft. Is this a way to say right and left? Before going under one weft yarn. This pattern then repeats 2 by 1. So I'm guessing by 2 by 1 they mean pinpoint Oxford. This seems something that would mean 2 by 1. This seems like 2 by 2, this seems like 2 by 1. Warp and weft. Hmm. Warp and weft. Not sure. It creates a diagonal pattern on the fabric surface with the diagonal lines running from the lower right to the upper left. Lower right to the upper left. Hmm. Are they talking about this? Or, sorry, this? Hmm. The weave pattern repeats over three warps yarns and three weft yarns. Three harnesses to weave. More flexible and drapable than plain weave. Generally stronger than plain weave. More breathable by 3 by 1 twill. Often used for lighter weight fabrics compared to 3 by 1 twill. Okay. How? I'm curious about, actually give me more quotes from the, let's say family. Let's say family. What do we have here? We are thrilled to partner with Loro Piana for the first time. Adding the similar to her own lifestyle brand, finds beauty in creating quality, timeless pieces that are thoughtfully designed. Gary Hamel, at the pinnacle of great design, are products so gorgeous and lust-worthy that you want to lick them. A Porsche 911, Samsung's Luxia TV, an Ames lounge chair, or anything by Loro Piana. Wow. At the pinnacle of great design are products so gorgeous and lust-worthy that you want to lick them. A Porsche 911, Samsung's Luxia TV, an Ames lounge chair, or anything by Loro Piana. This is such a cool quote. I want to know what is a Samsung Luxia TV because I never thought of licking anything Samsung. I would have thought they would have Apple Vision Pro over here. Okay, let's see. Peter Luigi Loro Piana. By the way, is anyone on the stream? Okay, good. We're good. Quality will always save this company. Our fam. We read the horses thing. Pierre Luigi, Sergio Loro Piana, again Pierre. In Loro Piana, the philosophy is never to use technology if the quality will be reduced. Quality comes first. Technology has to serve it, not vice versa. That makes so much sense, especially when you're building something which has a lot of history. The process, the story, the method is the reason why people pay that they pay for the product that high. Franco Loro Piana, as recalled by Sergio. When I was young, I spent summers working with the sales team in Paris and London. Franco is the nephew, I think. And okay, let's see. That's where I learned to speak French and English. Other factory owners send their kids to Australia and New Zealand to learn how to sort wool, but I think my father had a lot more insight. Hmm, interesting. So basically, he learned to do business rather than actually make wool, trading maybe. Or yeah, rather than just manufacturing wool, he actually learned business of wool. In Italy, we can see different habits, cuisines, wines, and ways of living. Fashion is becoming a world without south, north, east, or west. The statement reflects the family's global perspective on fashion and culture. I like Franco, but Franco was from 1940s. So let's see if we have quotes. Give me more quotes from Franco Loro Piana. Regarding his family history and connection to the Valsesia Valley, my Dutch German grandmother escaped to the Valsesia Valley near the Swiss border in the Western Alps in the Second World War. It was here that she met my grandfather Franco, a second generation wool merchant and manufacturer. On his personal connection to the area is my true home and where I lived until I went to university. I grew up skiing after school here, and it's where I made my lifelong best friends. Describing the region, the setting is beautiful in the shadow of Monte Rosa, yet an easy escape from Milan and Turin. And the pace of life is slower and simple. It's also perfect for hardcore ski touring, mountaineering, ice climbing, and biking. About the village of Rima. Rima is magical, and you can completely disconnect from the rest of the world. It's one of the few places left that are so far removed. Interesting. I hope we are looking at the right Loro Piana. On local cuisine. I love to stop by Ristorante Alpino in the main piazza to eat La Miaccia, Miaccia flatbread stuffed with local toma cheese and pancetta. Regarding outdoor activities, I bought my first mountain bike here at Loka and love to ride the 100-mile trail almost year round. It's likely you will never run into anyone along the Balmucha Alagna trail that runs along the valley of the river Sesia. Hmm, interesting. Let's look into Pierre. Let's look into just to search him up and see what we have over here. Leadership role. He served as the deputy chairman of Loro Piana. He and his brother Sergio took over the company in the 70s and pushed it further into luxury retail, family business. He represents the sixth generation. So it went from the first guy to the nephew Franco, and then these guys took over in 70s. We still have to understand what's happening over here, which has roots dating back to the early 19th century as wool merchants. Business philosophy. Consistently repeating the phrase quality will always save this company, emphasizing the brand's unwavering commitment to excellence. He was personally involved in product testing, using his sailing experiences to develop high endurance textile innovations. Pierre emphasized that at Loro Piana, the philosophy is never to use technology. Okay, quality comes first. He often cited his old horse riding jacket paired with a cashmere sweater as his go to outfit, demonstrating the brand's focus on practical luxury. Fashion is becoming a world without south, north, east, or west, reflecting the company's international outlook. Hmm. If this is them, then this is the perfect European summer look. Global perspective, we read that. He was deeply involved in the manufacturing process, stating, I want to know everything about my product. I want traceability. I want to know how it is made, who is making it, where, and what is the raw material. Before Sergio's death in 2013, the two brothers alternated as company president, each holding the post for 3 years. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. So 3 years Sergio is the president, and then 3 years uh, Pierre is the president, and then they're like, yeah, 3 years I get to have fun, and 3 years you get to have fun. Purchased a majority share in Loro Piana for 2.6 billion, with Pierre Luigi remaining involved in the company. Very interesting. Hmm. Who is the current CEO of Loro Piana? We have some photos here. I'm guessing this is the guy. That's the man. Let's see. Current CEO is Damien Bertrand. Bertrand. He was appointed to this position in November 2021. Information comes from two sources. Okay, okay. Let's see. What is main goals for Laura Piana? Modernization and evolution. He aims to spearhead a subtle revamp he calls the new Loro Piana, focusing on a discreet and polished evolution of the brand while maintaining its core values. Expanding product categories. A key part of his strategy has been launching leather goods, which is now the brand's fastest growing category. He also plans to grow the interiors segment. Interesting. Appealing to a wider clientele, working to make the brand more contemporary and attract a broader, younger audience. The average age of Loro Piana's clientele has dropped to between 35 and 40 years old under his leadership. Interesting. It's also because more and more younger people are getting rich and now they can afford this kind of luxury cashmere. While maintaining the brand's understated luxury, he's fostering a sense of belonging among customers and sponsoring elite sports events to increase brand visibility. I think the kind of things they will sponsor would be equestrian competitions. One of his goals is to better explain the savoir faire and craftsmanship of Loro Piana because it is unique and no one else has this level of quality. expanding retail presence, overseeing the redesign of stores, starting with a Dubai mall location to reflect his vision for the brand. Continues to emphasize Loro Piana's commitment to quality, describing his mandate as making Loro Piana the pinnacle of luxury and the most desirable maison in the world. Encourages thinking outside the box, pushing for new product developments like the cashmere lined denim. Cashmere lined denim. He's focusing on attracting new artisans and skilled workers to maintain Loro Piana's high standards of production. Aims to respect the brand's heritage while introducing subtle changes to keep it relevant to the modern luxury market. I'm really curious about this. I'm really curious about the redesign of stores. Let's see. What are the examples over here? So pretty much everything. Let's check this out. Cashmere lined denim. What do we have here? Search images. Fleece lined denims. Richard Brown. We don't have a we don't have an original image over here. Push for the development of this unique fabric combining Japanese denim with cashmere. Cashmere is woven on the weft of the denim, creating an integrated cashmere lining. Construction results in a denim that feels amazing when worn, emphasizing their focus on sensorial experiences. Launched in 2022 and was extremely popular, with the initial stock selling out within 3 weeks. Call this innovative fabric cash denim. Cash denim. The idea behind cash denim was to combine the best qualities of Japanese denim, considered the best by Loro Piana, and the luxurious comfort of cashmere. Was told it was impossible to create such a fabric, but he persisted in pushing his team to develop it. This product exemplifies their approach to luxury, where expensive materials are used on the inside of garments for comfort rather than external show. The development of cash denim aligns with Loro Piana's commitment to innovation and thinking outside the box while maintaining their focus on quality. But I'm surprised we don't have an image over here. Hmm, I'm surprised, but let's see. I am also curious about this. We are looking at the. I hope this is not the main store, but look at this. Look at this beautiful exterior. Okay. 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 But it kind of gives me a Louis Vuitton vibe. I don't know. It's not hmm. It's not subtle for sure. Okay, let's see. First of its kind is the first in the world to showcase the new Loro Piana concept, representing a global pioneer in the brand's retail design. Renovated store now spans 2 floors, doubling in size. Includes a private entrance connecting the two sections, complete with an elevator. They always have, for these super expensive stores, they definitely have an appointment for their important VIP clients, and they walk them in through a different area. The first floor is dedicated to VIP clients, yes, focusing featuring exclusive salons for exploring the latest collections and a unique Dubai Mall capsule collection. New concept preserves their iconic style while introducing a more contemporary feel. It maintains core elements such as natural materials, a warm color palette, and signature oak wood. So, is this oak wood? Hmm. Is this real wood? Interesting. Facade innovation. Architects Jun Aoki and Yoshihiko reimagined the store's facade using handmade terracotta ceramic tiles imported from Italy. The tiles are glazed in different shades of their iconic Kumel color, creating a degrading effect from top to bottom. Creating a degrading effect. So if you look at it from far, it's going to look like it's degrading. Okay. Store features Carabotino marble accents, champagne metal details, and fine silk paneling by Loro Piana Interiors. Wall coverings and ceilings use their interior fabrics with an emphasis on cashmere. The ground floor is designed as a journey, starting with accessories and leading to separate areas for women's and men's collections. Each product category has custom design displays. Damien describes the redesign as an elevation rather than a radical change, aiming to maintain the brand's essence while modernizing the experience. New design focuses on creating a welcoming and intimate atmosphere. Hmm. Appealing to wider younger clientele while maintaining its core luxury values. Hmm. What is cashmere? You have this beautiful goat over here, or sheep, or goat, I don't know, maybe sheep. Luxurious and fine wool obtained for cashmere goats, primarily found in the regions of Kashmir, Mongolia, and China. Wait, and they are going to Australia. How does that work? Cashmere wool comes from the soft undercoat of Kashmir goats, Capra, Hircus, Laniger, and Pashmina goats. The term Kashmir is derived from an old spelling of Kashmir, where this type of goat is native. Harvested during the molting season when the goats naturally shed their undercoat. The fibers are collected through combing rather than shearing to ensure higher quality. Ooh, combing rather than shearing. Renowned for its exceptional softness and warmth, making it a highly sought after material for clothing and textiles. Despite its warmth, cashmere is lightweight, which adds to its appeal for luxury garments. High quality can be durable, although it may be prone to piling if not properly cared for. It's used in garments and blends, commonly used in sweaters, scarves, hats, gloves, and other clothing items, blended with other fibers to enhance durability or reduce cost while maintaining some of its luxurious qualities. Baby cashmere, a rare and ultra soft variant from the underfleece of young goats, often considered the pinnacle of cashmere qualities. Oh shit. Price range. The price of cashmere products can vary significantly based on quality. Higher quality cashmere is more expensive due to the labor intensive harvesting process and the limited supply. The production has raised environmental concerns related to overgrazing by goats in certain regions, leading to land degradation. Responsible sourcing practices are increasingly emphasized by luxury brands. Very interesting. Okay. Wait, so if hmm, story of Loro Piana company from 1950s to 2000s. Look at the logo. So what do we see in the logo? There's an angel, there's a tree, and there's stars. Okay, we need to learn more about the logo as well. Franco, who took over the company in 1941, focused on expanding internationally. He sourced cashmere from Mongolia, reputation as supplier of premium wool, high fashion industry. Company took advantage of renewed interest in Italian fashion. 70s, Franco's sons, Sergio and oh shit, so Sergio and yeah, that makes sense. We read this before, but they were running the company from 70s up until 2013, and they're kind of still involved. 30, 40, almost 50 years. Took over the leadership of the company. They alternated as chairman every 3 years. Wow. They kept doing that up until 2013. So like 40 years. The brothers began diversifying the business and expanding into new areas. 80s, invested in production facilities for their own branded products. Hmm. Became vertically integrated, able to make garments entirely in house. They launched their first branded products focusing on high end, exotic, and luxurious materials, working with the Peruvian government to help recover vicuna populations. Hmm. Expanded to offer a full range of ready to wear products, including jackets, overcoats, and sweaters. Exclusive contract to buy and sell vicuna for 10 years. Transitioning from being a solely a fabric supplier to becoming a high fashion brand. You can get into high fashion if you just have this strong Italian history. I think that is the ultimate strategy. You don't have to, they don't build new luxury brands. They just acquire older brands with a rich history of hundreds of years and then reposition them as a luxury brand. Opened their first retail stores in Milan and Venice in 98. Company continued to expand its retail presence globally, added a home goods division in 2006, synonymous with luxury and high quality materials, commitment to sourcing rare and fine fibers. Okay. I'm curious about the Peruvian government thing. Let's see. Yeah, instead of asking a question, I think tell me more makes more sense. Also, remember, we need to talk about the logo. But look at this luxury market demand. This is the Vicuna. Loro Piana, interiors, Vicuna. Vicuna, look at this jacket or sweater. This is an AI generated image, I think. Maybe. Finest and rarest animal fiber in the world comes from the fleece of a small member of the camel family that lives wild in the Andes, the vicuna. Story is closely bound up with that of Loro Piana with its renowned passion for the world's most outstanding raw materials. This image looks interesting. Purchase, manufacture, yarn conversion, trade, primary processing, production, vicuna, conservation. Hmm. Pasture management, shearing, evaluation, identification, capture. Oh, actually, we go like that. Okay. So, pasture management, capture, evaluation, identification, shearing, classification, hand dehairing, packing and storage, machine dehairing, top making, spinning, weaving, design, production, logistics. Wow. Pasture management is very interesting because, yeah, you want to make luxury clothes, which is obviously you are not mass manufacturing, you are making few, but you cannot also have too many animals because they will be eating too much food and that would harm the balance. But what is this image I'm looking at? Okay, this is not good. Okay. Crisis. 80s, Vicuna population was nearing extinction due to extensive hunting for their prized fleece. The situation was so dire that all shearing of Vicuna coats was prohibited by law. 94 agreement. Years of negotiation, Loro Piana signed an agreement with the Peruvian government in 94. This agreement granted Loro Piana exclusive rights to purchase, process, and export Vicuna fiber in the form of textiles and finished products. Consortium formation. Collaboration led to formation of a consortium involving local Andean communities and government bodies. Vicunas are sheared every 2 years, typically in spring as the weather gets milder. The animals are immediately released back into the wild after shearing. Financial support enabled the vicuna to receive optimal care through monitored shearing practices, leading to a remarkable recovery in the species population. I'm thinking shearing is just removing all your hair. I'm curious, like, what are the side effects of it? Let's see. Private reserve established its first private nature reserve in Peru, named after Franco Loro Piana. This reserve covers 2,000 hectares of land for wild vicunas to inhabit. Building on the success in Peru, extended its efforts to Argentina and Bolivia, securing shooting rights with a commitment to fostering the growth of wild vicuna populations. Wow. By paying a fair price for the vicuna fiber, which is more expensive than the best cashmere in the world, Loro Piana has helped create an economic incentive for conservation. That makes sense. Good business, good incentives. That means you are incentivized to conserve, maintain the balance of the nature. Ongoing commitment continues to work closely with local communities and governments to ensure the sustainable management of Vicuna population while maintaining its exclusive access to this rare and precious fiber. Wow. What other luxury brand uses Vicuna wool? Let's see. Zegna. Zegna uses Vicuna wool. Other luxury houses. Specific brand names are not mentioned. Hmm. Okay. Rarest and softest fleece in the world. Limited availability. Extremely rare and expensive with only about 12 tons produced annually worldwide. Very few luxury brands have access to the material. Very interesting. Vicuna wool swear. Swear. 12 tons produced annually worldwide. Loro Piana is the largest buyer of Vicuna wool, sourcing around 45 to 50% of Peru's fiber production. Wow. They have access to almost half of Peru's fiber production. This implies that other brands, it's very interesting because if you sign an exclusive agreement, if you are a big luxury brand, if this wool is an expensive material, people, and you cannot even go and hack your way into somehow getting this wool, because you won't be able to ever say to your customers that, hey, this is the vicuna wool from uh, Peru, which we got, which, because you are breaking the exclusive agreement, you're breaking the law kind of, which means your customers won't be able to brag that they have a vicuna wool sweater, which means you cannot charge that much money. So wow, interesting. Luxury, charging luxury prices is interesting. Once reserved for in-can royalty, which underscores its exclusivity in the luxury market. Okay, this is very interesting. But I'm also curious about how much did Loro Piana pay to Peru government to get the exclusive rights for Vicuna wool. Let's see. Let's see. No specific information. 94 signed an agreement, gave the company exclusive honor of buying, processing, and exporting Vicuna in the form of textiles and finished products. Part of efforts to protect the Vicuna population, which had been severely depleted due to poaching. European acquired a vast tract of land in the Peruvian Andes for $160,000 to create a private nature reserve. This allowed the company to operate more directly and depend less on the indigenous community. Kind of makes sense if you are if you want to streamline the operations, if you want to make it better, you want to control the supply chain. Currently, the largest buyer of Vicuna wool, sourcing around 45 to 50% of Peru's fiber production, company claims to have helped preserve the Vicuna population for 3 decades through its involvement. However, the financial details of the original agreement or any subsequent arrangement are not disclosed. It's important to note that while they have exclusive rights, the arrangement has been criticized for potentially underpaying local communities and not providing sufficient economic benefits to the indigenous population involved in harvesting the wool. That kind of the first thing in my mind that if you don't have an open market, they can lowball you. Hmm. How did Loro Piano choose, or why did Loro Piana, why and when did Loro Piana choose to use vicuna wool? I'm curious to see if the Peruvian government reached out to Loro Piana. Hmm. So they began working in 94. In that year, they struck a deal with the Peruvian government and local communities. It's not that they were always using vicuna wool and now they were just getting a better deal. Were they approached by the government? That would be interesting. Any interesting images? Wow, beautiful photo. Considered the rarest fiber in the world, exceptionally soft, light, and warm. Historically reserved for Incan royalty, is known as the fiber of the gods. Fiber of the gods. The rarity and quality of the fiber align with Loro Piana's strategy of sourcing the finest and most exclusive materials. Conservation efforts reduced to only about 5,000 due to extensive poaching. 60s, only about 5,000 due to extensive poaching. Loro Piana saw an opportunity to both secure an exclusive luxury material and contribute to conservation efforts. In 60s and then 94, gave Loro Piana the exclusive honor of buying, processing, and exporting vicuna in the form of textiles and finished products. The deal was part of efforts to protect the vicuna population while also benefiting indigenous communities. Sustainable angle. Implemented sustainable practices such as shearing the animals every 2 years according to traditional methods rather than killing them for their wool. Hmm. They claim to have helped increase the vicuna population since the agreement. The deal secured their position as the primary buyer and processor of vicuna wool, giving them a unique product in the luxury market. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, this was my question. How did Laura Piana first discover vicuna wool? Both Franco and his son Pierre Luigi had known about the legendary. Wow, they make it. It's legendary. This is legendary. Wow. Material for some time. They had known about it for some time. They were aware of its historical significance, including that it was so prized that only Incan royalty was allowed to wear it. Despite their knowledge, they had been unable to import it for a long time due to various restrictions and the endangered status of the vicuna. 80s, Laura Piana began working with the Peruvian government to help recover the vicuna population. The company contributed by bringing in fences, providing breeding expertise. They have breeding expertise because of the stuff they do in Australia, advising on how to harvest the wool without killing the animal. Also, they brought the technique, which had been the normal practice until then, Oh, so killing the animal was the normal practice to get the wool instead of harvesting. Exclusive contract. As a result of the conservation efforts and collaboration, they won an exclusive contract for 10 years. Even after the exclusivity period ended, they have continued to be the largest buyer of Econa wool. The company still purchases the majority of the annual production. Later expanded its Vicuna sourcing to Argentina, where they acquired a majority stake in a local company with permission to shear vicunas in the province of Catamarca. Was less about finding an unknown material and more about recognizing its potential, working to make it accessible and playing a significant role in its conservation commercialization. Hmm. Let's go back to this Incan culture and royalty thing. By the way, my roommates are here, and we are already 1 hour. Sorry if you can hear a background noise. Alpaca llama vicuna. Oh wow. Prior to the arrival of Spanish conquistadors, Only Incan royalty had the privilege of wearing vicuna wool. It was illegal for anyone other than Incan royalty to wear vicuna wool. The Incas prized vicuna wool and considered it to be a coat of pure gold. Whew. Considered sacred animals to the people living in central Andes region. According to the legend, Vicuna was thought to be the reincarnation of a lovely maiden who received a coat made of gold once she married an old ugly king. Hmm. Reincarnation of a lovely maiden who received a coat made of gold once she married an old ugly king. This legend contributed to the prohibition on killing vicunas or wearing their fur, except for royalty. Fiber of the gods. While the exact phrase isn't mentioned in the provided search results, the reverence for vicuna wool in Incan culture is clear. The wool's exceptional quality, rarity, and association with royalty likely contributed to its divine status. Vicuna has rich cultural history dating back centuries with indigenous civilization, conservation, traditional harvesting. Incas practiced a shearing ritual known as shaku, which involved herding wild vicunas once every 4 years into stone corrals. This practice is still performed in present day Peru, maintaining a connection to the historical significance of vicuna wool. I am curious. Give me something about the Incas. Tell me more. What is Incas? Hmm. Originated in Cusco Valley around 1100 CE. CE, what is CE? They began significant expansion in the early 15th century. Empire reached its peak in the late 15th, early 16th century. Spanish conquest began in 1532 and the last Inca stronghold falling in 1572. It was the largest empire in pre-Columbian America. Pre-Columbian America stretched from southern Colombia to central Chile, from Andes to Pacific, ruled over about 12 million people from over 100 ethnic groups. Capital was Cusco in Peru, highly stratified society with an emperor ruling through an aristocracy bureaucracy. Empire was divided into four suyu, intersecting at Cusco. Hmm. Machu Picchu was here. Developed without the wheel, ironworking, or traditional writing system, built an extensive road network spanning about 25,000 miles, developed sophisticated architecture, including sites like Machu Picchu, advanced agricultural and irrigation systems. Quechua was the official language, though many other languages were spoken. Worship nature gods with Inti, the sun god, as the chief deity. Practice included elaborate divination and human animal sacrifices, expanded through both military conquest and diplomacy. Fall was hastened by civil war, European diseases, and Spanish invasion. Spanish invasion. Legacy. Many descendants are present day Quechua speaking people in the Andes, influenced modern Andean culture, particularly in Peru. Wow. Very interesting. We can dive into the Inca Empire sometime later. I'm very interested. But before we end this stream, let's see Loro Piana logo. So this is their logo. There is something going on. Distinguished coat of arms on the left side. Within the shield, there are three distinct motifs: a majestic tree at the top, a star, and an emblem resembling a bird or other creature, giving it a regal appearance reminiscent of medieval heraldic emblems. Free flowing cursive, Loro Piana, notably oversized, adding artistic flair, emphasizing the brand's name, brand's legacy and values, while the elegant script conveys sophistication craftsmanship. Okay, interesting. I think we did look into their journey from 50s to 2000, and let's quickly story of Loro Piana from 2000 to 2024. Let's see. So this is what they are making today. Very fancy, very fancy, very fancy. Continued expansion of retail presence globally. Launched the interior division, diversifying into home goods. LMH acquired 80% stake. Sergio Loro Piana passed away. Antoine Arnault became chairman of Loro Piana. Antoine Arnault, I'm guessing that's the son of Bernard Arnault, who is the CEO of LVMH, acquired additional 5% stake in the company, achieved $1 billion in sales. Damien was appointed CEO, established new headquarters in Milan, operated 136 directly operated stores worldwide, continued focus on particularly Kashmir Vicuna wool, expanded presence in key markets. A Bloomberg News documentary criticized Colombiana's practices regarding payments to communities gathering Vicuna wool in Peru. Interesting. I'm curious why additional 5%? Just go for the entire thing. Why did LUMH acquire? There were put and call options on the family's 20% stake for 3 years after the initial acquisition. This means that LUMH could force the family to sell the remaining stake, or the family could force LUMH to buy it during this period. Hmm. Pierre Luigi Loropiana sold off half of his shares, reducing the family's stake from 20% to 15%. Interesting. So Pierre basically owned 10% of it. Hmm. Hmm. Who owns the remaining 50% of Loro Piana? Family retained a 20% stake in the company at the time of acquisition. They were put and call options, sell the remaining stake. Discussions were ongoing about the future of the family's stake, but there's no definitive information. Antoine Arnault expressed that they would welcome the Loro Piana family staying as shareholders. Who is Antoine Arnault again? It's definitely the son. He looks so similar to Bernard Arnault. Wow. Okay. Oldest son of Bernard Arnault. Look at this photo. This looks so similar. Born in Robois, France. Graduated from HEC Montreal. Huh. Graduated from HEC Montreal. Joined LVMH in 2007, starting at Louis Vuitton's advertising department, became director of communications at Louis Vuitton in 2007, board member since 2006, CEO of Berluti from 11 to January 2024, chairman of Loro Piana since 2013, appointed image and environment director of LVMH in 2018, named CEO and vice chairman of Christian Dior SE in December 22, launched La Journée Parti- Particulière, Particulière in 2011, an event showcasing LVMH's craftsmanship, expanded Berluti from a shoemaker to a full menswear luxury brand, leads LVMH's environmental strategy in partnership with UNESCO and Circular Bioeconomy Alliance, current roles. So these were all This is his career at LVMH. Okay. Wow. And current roles: chairman of Loro Piana, chairman of Berluti, CEO and vice chairman of Christian Dior SE, married to Russian model Natalia Vodianova. They have two sons together. Amazing. What is SE? What does the SE mean? Is that a country? Is that a region? French multinational? Or is that just a name? Controlled and shared by a French businessman Bernard Arnault, holds 42.36% shares and 51% voting rights. Christian Dior. Okay, now we're going in deep into Christian Dior, which we can go at a later time. Until then, look at this photo. This is beautiful. Perfect. I think that was a stream. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.